Hey guys, this is Andrew with mywatchaddiction.com, and today we're going to take a look at that Jorg Gray that I received as a part of my Watchgang Platinum subscription for April 2018. So if you guys saw the Platinum watch unboxing that I did a week or so ago, you saw that I received a Jorg Gray for my Watchgang Platinum subscription for April 2018. Well, that's what we're going to dive into today now that I've had a chance to get it on my wrist and learn a little bit more about it. Before we get started though, guys, if you have not already, down there in the right hand corner of the screen is that subscribe button. I know I say it every time, but if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that, guys, so you can follow me into the future. Before we get started though, guys, let's take a look and see what's on my wrist today. So the watch of the day is that Laco that I received for Watchgang Platinum for March 2018. No, I wasn't loving this watch a whole lot when I first got it, but the more I have it in my collection, the more it is growing on me. So let's tear into this guy. You guys saw the unboxing, most likely, so we won't go too crazy with it, but open this guy back up. I'm really liking how this box unfolds. I just think that's a really, really cool design. Again, we have the Jorg Gray instruction manual, which tells about all their movements and such, and then another add-on card which tells a little bit more information about setting the dials, sub-dials on the Miyota 9120 movement that is in this bad boy. This is the watch. Let me get some of this plastic off. If anybody follows me on Instagram, you likely know or may have seen that I wore this watch the other day, and so far I'm really, really liking it. You know, from a comfort standpoint, it's a good size. It's, you know, pretty right on. There's some things going on with the strap that kind of confuse me and or I'm not a huge fan of, but, you know, we can always swap out that strap. If we zoom in here a little bit more, we can talk a little bit more about this watch. So as I mentioned, or as I guessed, I should say, in the unboxing video, the case diameter on this watch is 41 millimeters. I think I guessed it like 40 or 42 millimeters, maybe even 43, but 41 millimeters is the diameter on this watch with a case thickness of 13.6 millimeters. And actually you can see right there on that side, that crown, that primary crown does have the Jorg Gray logo right there on it. We flip it over here and I can get it in focus for you. That is that Miyota 9120 movement that is powering this watch with that open display case back. Case back does have 6 screws that hold it down, but realistically speaking, for this watch, I don't have a need to ever open the case back, so I'm not worried about it too much. This watch does have a water resistance of 100 meters. However, again, I'm not a diver. I don't wear my watches in the water intentionally, and especially with that genuine leather strap with the Jorg Gray imprints right on it. You know, this watch would not be seeing water. One thing that kind of confuses me, and I guess I haven't really paid much attention before, but if you look really, really closely, let's see if I can zoom in here for you guys. If you look really closely right there at that lug on this strap, it seems like there's a lot of extra leather in this, and it almost looks like they were going for like a molded strap approach. But if you look on this, on the longer strap right here, it's kind of bunching, and it I don't know, it's just wearing a little bit weird. Not necessarily wearing on the wrist, but wearing as in how the watch is looking after I've worn it a few times. So I'm thinking I may actually change out the straps on these, because I do like the watch face, and I do like the watch itself, the Miyota 9120 movement in it is definitely something I am a fan of. But these straps, I'm just not feeling these straps a whole lot. So I've noticed one thing that this Jorg Gray is missing that is common on a lot of the other 9100 series movement watches that I have, and that is the power reserve indicator right there at that 12 o'clock position. Now, it very well could be that with this Jorg Gray, they just did not have enough dial space to include their Jorg Gray logo and that 6500 automatic labeling. My guess is that's likely what it is, and that the movement underneath still has the complications for that power reserve indicator. However, they just chose not to include it, not to bring it through to the face of the dial. So that's one thing that kind of caught my attention a little bit. But really like this dial. I like the dimension with those raised indices at the hour marks, and then I'm looking forward to seeing what some loom shots of this watch look like as well. So if we want to talk a little bit about how much this watch is worth and find out what other watches were sent out for the April 2018 Platinum tier from Watchgang, we punch in the website address from their pamphlet. It's content.watchgang.com/OPCXSO. So that'll bring us to this page right here. And if we look, it looks like Watchgang sent out 7 different watches as a part of their Watchgang Platinum series this month. If we go right around just real quick here, the first one is that Jorg Gray that I received. Then we have a Lumtech RR. I believe at one point in time, watching over at his channel, might have received a Lumtech. I personally do not have one of these versions, but I do have a Lumtech 300 that has been actually sitting on my shelf waiting to take a look at with you guys. So we'll take a look at that at some point in the not too distant future. Also, they have the Fortuna Senators. That red and black Fortuna is pretty sharp. And then, of course, the D1 Milano Skeleton. Now, I actually would be interested in seeing this D1 Milano Skeleton. Personally, I think it's a sharp watch. I know there's some people that like them, some people that don't. But I think that's a really sharp watch, so I would have enjoyed receiving that one. And then another Sovet, it looks like, that they sent out. All in all, for this month's Watchgang Platinum subscription, although the Lumtech would have been my selection if my preferences were followed, that I put in for my subscription, that's because of this. Well, let me rephrase this. Either that one or the Senator with the Milanese bracelet. Those should, in theory, have been what I was sent with my preferences. I'm actually happy that I ended up with this Jorg Gray. The only thing that I probably would have appreciated more than this one is for some reason, I'm drawn to these D1 Milanos, and I'd really like to take a look at those one day. Even if it's not all that it's cracked up to be, I just think it's an interesting design. And I'd really just like to get my hands on one to check it out. But if we want to dive into this a little bit, go one link further in, and it's going to tell us a little bit about the Jorg Gray, which, if we want to jump over to their website, which is jorggray.com, you can see Jorg Gray is selling this watch, or has an MSRP on this watch, for $750. $750 for this Jorg Gray JG6500-81. If we jump over and take a look and see what these watches are going for on eBay, currently these watches are ranging anywhere from $300 on up. So we've got one $424 for best offer, $375 for best offer. My guess is these are all subscription watches that were dumped on here pretty quickly after they got them, it looks like. Here's one for $238. So it looks like somebody is really not a fan of this watch, which, you know, for $238, I don't know if I was just looking at it, I personally don't know if I would spend that much It is part of the subscription. It is $299 that I paid for this Watchgang Platinum subscription. I don't know if I had to do it all over again, if I would actually spend that much on this watch, but it is a watch that I'm a fan of. Now, had they sent this guy, this chronograph with the metal bracelet, then I would have been happy spending $299. But again, guys, it's a watch subscription service that you never know what you're going to get. If we jump over to Amazon, Amazon does have some of these Jorg Gray JG6500 series automatic watches. Careful of this one. You notice right there, that's a quartz version for $387. But yeah, I mean, even some of these, you know, some of these are going up there. They do have a few different Jorg Gray watches. I don't see this exact model. But anywhere's from $250 on up. Technically speaking, if we apply the rule that Watchgang is going to send us a watch that will be valued at more than we spent, I think this watch probably meets that threshold. I don't necessarily know if I personally would spend that much on this watch, but you know what? Again, it is what it is. All right, guys, so that was the Jorg Gray that I received for my Watchgang Platinum subscription for April 2018. Overall, I think it's a pretty sharp watch. Definitely need to probably change out this strap just due to how that extra leather is binding there at the lug. It's just one of those things that just kind of annoys me. It doesn't affect the function. It looks perfectly fine. It just kind of annoys me a little. So if it's going to be my watch, I might as well make myself happy with it. Anyway, guys, post up in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this watch. What color strap you guys think I should put on it. I mean, with that black dial, I've definitely got a lot of possibilities with this guy. But post up in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe if you have not already. And guys, if you want to see what's on my wrist on a daily basis, don't forget to check us out at Instagram /watchaddiction.us. Thank you guys and have a great week.